So we're live. Good morning, everybody, wherever you are in the world. Let me welcome you to this happy season for the Advent Fires, which is an extension of the Fireside Chats in 2023. Today's topic is, as you can see, Santa's Day or season greetings, whatever you want. And in terms of MicroStation, the first session that we have today is why MicroStation and why this adds real value to your projects. In the next two sessions, which is next week on Wednesday and 2 weeks after, always on Wednesday, we have two other major topics, but all related to the same basic thought. So then let's start. We have, first of all, let me welcome my team, and maybe everybody can introduce themselves with a short sentence.
Okay.
Starting with the ladies, Beatrix.
Good morning.
Sorry about that.
That's even better.
Good
Ladies
morning,
first.
everybody. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Advent Fires. Thanks, Nanette, for the lighting up the fire. I will say the Advent Fire. As you can see, my name is Beatrix. I'm based in Germany and have been working with Bentley now more than 2 years. As a technical draftswoman, I have more than 30 years experience in the fields of mechanical engineering, architectural, structural, and civil engineering. And yeah, Maria, it's your turn.
Okay, good morning, everybody. So I'm Maria Sánchez Tuñón, and I'm based in Munich, in Germany, but I come from Spain. And I have been working for more than 20 years as an engineer in several infrastructure projects, and I'm working for Bentley for 1 year and a half as product sales engineer for MicroStation and open buildings.
Great. So I would say alphabetical order, Azar.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Azhar Wasim. I'm based out of Dubai office, and I'm a civil engineer, master's in construction project management. I have been promoting design modeling and BIM solutions with Bentley for over 5 years now. Before that, I have core technical experience in the industry. So the whole point of having the series is to brief on what we explained over different live sessions that we had and give you some value propositions for MicroStation. So hopefully this will be beneficial for you guys.
Great. Bartek?
Hello, everybody. My name is Bartłomiej Zimmermann, based now in Freiburg, Germany, previously in Krakow. I'm with Bentley since 3 years now. My role is product sales engineer for MicroStation and BIM products. Graduated civil engineering, and I have long experience in, I would say, sales engineering positions. So enjoy this event.
Jet?
Okay, hello guys.
Last
I'm
but not
Jędrzej.
least.
I'm
Sorry.
I'm Jędrzej Szwaracki. I'm broadcasting from Poland, Gdańsk, northern part. I'm a mechatronics engineer with experience in industrial engineering and automation, and also I'm a product sales engineer for at Bentley, promoting MicroStation and BIM products and building products.
Great. Thanks, everybody. So then let's start with the most important things, what we can say. You can leave comments. We will try to answer everything live. If we cannot answer it live for some reasons, then the answers will be sent afterwards. The session is automatically recorded. You can watch that afterwards on YouTube, just in case if you missed it. And most important, stay tuned for the next session, which will, as I already announced, take part next week on Wednesday. So, major topic, why MicroStation? MicroStation is a software professionals rely on to design, model, and manage infrastructure. This is important to know because at the end, nearly every engineer can benefit from the use of MicroStation because it enables users to deliver innovative design, consolidates critical project elements in a single environment for effective, secure project deliverables. That means you don't necessarily need other software to do your daily work But even if you have other software where you steadily work in, you can always use MicroStation to consolidate your data. And don't be afraid of the product, because you always see fantastic, great projects that have been built somewhere in the world, airports, train stations, whatever. But it's built to scale from the smallest to the largest of infrastructure projects that can span days, months, or years. So it doesn't matter at all if your project is big or small. You can always benefit from the use of MicroStation. And it's the foundation to support the entire Bentley modeling ecosystem. That means all our OpenX products, we call them so because they're quite open due to the fact that they all contain MicroStation. MicroStation is always a part of OpenX, but using MicroStation as a single software on top of whatever you use can be also very beneficial, because there are certain advantages that everybody can benefit from. So the topics of those 3 Advent Fires, as already announced, are the 3 key capabilities. There are many more details that we can mention, but the most important capabilities are: you can model anything anywhere, you can read and consolidate anything, and you can report everything to inform everyone. And we will highlight those 3 key capabilities in today and the upcoming 2 sessions. Today's topic is model anything anywhere. And as an example, you can model anything. Let me quickly, the recording already started. This is an example of a tunnel system that has been done. In fact, conceptual, detailed drafting, drawing, and modeling for any industry is possible. This is just a small excerpt of what we can do. You can cut out pieces of the tunnel that you created. You can adjust the size, the geometry in general. And if it's getting purple, then this only means that it's highlighted that this is where you're working from. And the result here is that these sharp edges have been rounded up. So this is very easily to be done with just some clicks on the file. Another example is this, where for model anything anywhere, georeferencing and working in real world context. That means the 3D data of, for example, a drone capture has been loaded into MicroStation. And I think this is an example from road planning. You can easily swap around and use really, really huge data sets and use that as a reference for the details that you're drawing. And now is the time to hand over to my colleague Maria, who will tell us a little bit more about how MicroStation is used in transportation projects. Maria, just tell me when I need to switch the page, please.
Okay, I'll do it. So thank you, Nanette. And you showed us a tunnel, and now we are going to have a bridge here. So as an example of designing anything, anywhere, that is the topic from today, we are going to speak about the bridge over the Llobregat River by COMSA. Next slide, please. So the project is located in Cabrianes, a village in Catalonia, that is northeast of Spain. And the aim was to refurbish, remodel, and adapt an existing bridge that was more than 100 years old. So designing within precise existing condition was a must in this project. It was the context for the design. And it is quite interesting that the BIM models of this project were the first one to be included in the structures management system of the Generalitat de Catalunya. And next slide, please. As you can see here, the existing bridge had a very narrow section where it was very difficult for vehicles to travel in both in both directions. And in the narrowest part, they had to do it alternately. It was not possible to do it at the same time. And you can imagine the situation with lorries there, so a mess. The proposal was to widen the section, enabling two-way traffic, as well as to incorporate a pavement for pedestrian and cycle lane. That means works in 300 meters length, including the whole bridge and also the access roads. And here there was a great challenge that was to keep some of the elements of the old bridge, like the abutments, the piles, and also the arcs. So next slide, please. For this project, apart from others, they use MicroStation, Open Buildings Designer, and Open Road Designer from Bentley System. As you have told us, Nanette, so all these open buildings and open roads, they are based on MicroStation technology. With open roads in this project, they did the road corridor alignment and designed the linear protection elements, such as the handrails. And with open buildings, they informed all the elements designed either by open roads or by MicroStation. And next slide, please, Nanette. And now we are going to focus on MicroStation. So MicroStation is a CAD software that can perfectly work in a BIM environment. Like this is a great example of in this project. In this project with MicroStation, they modeled the existing elements like abutments, piles, and foundations, and also some new ones. They modeled the previous situation and updated the model during the works. Here you can see on the left, after some demolitions, the piles, arcs, and abutments that needed to be kept. And on the right side of the slide, you can see how that was reflected in the model. So you can see the arcs, the piles, and the abutments there.
Maria,
Next.
I have a question
Yes.
before we go to the next slide. What was the reason for these arcs to be kept alive?
So it was a very old bridge, and it was mandatory. So it was like a heritage element. So some
Okay.
elements needed to be kept. So it has like the same appearance as it has in the
I
past.
think this is important to mention because lots of engineers have to reconstruct historical buildings, and you can see there it's quite easy to gather the content and reuse it for the new building or the new project that you're planning.
Mm-hmm. So in this project, COMSA also with MicroStation designed the cross section, including the two lanes and the pedestrian and cycle pavement, as you can see here.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, please. Many new elements, like the traffic signals, intelligent manholes, the micropiles, or the posts for the protection elements were also designed with MicroStation. And the interesting thing is that all these elements have been used in many other projects afterwards. Next slide, please. Here you can see on the top left corner a section of the previous situation. The model is in the middle, and in the two pictures at the bottom of the slide, how was the section after the project and the on-site works finished. And you can see the new section included the pedestrian and cycle path, the two lanes for two traffic ways, and the new handrails and signals. And then the next one. So here I finished the explanation of this great project of COMSA, where MicroStation has been used to design with very restrictive and precise existing conditions.
Cool.
That's all.
There, we're just talked yesterday. There's another bridge that was rebuilt with MicroStation. If you can remember the time when the bridge in Genoa was falling down. How should I say that?
Yeah, bridge falling down.
Collapsed, or what should I say? Sorry, but it
In
is
Italy,
also,
was it?
yeah,
Yeah.
it is rebuilt, or it is in the meanwhile it's rebuilt, and everything was also done with MicroStation and open buildings too.
I think this is
Yeah.
per Genova Viadotti
Genova.
in
Yeah,
Italy.
that was the bridge in front of Genova.
Yeah,
There was huge disaster when the bridge suddenly just
broke
fell
down,
down.
fall down, whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
Fell
So
apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
in the Genova example, there was nothing that you have to keep alive because everything was broken. But nevertheless, I recently wrote a post about that on LinkedIn. So the interesting thing is that the time frame they had for designing the new bridge was very tight, and they saved lots of days, lots of millions of dollars by taking only advantage of the Bentley software tools, MicroStation, Open Roads, and Open
open
Buildings.
buildings. Yeah.
Yeah, and that helped them cover the money, the time frame, and everything was properly set. So it was quite easy for them to create the bridge anew, and hopefully with a longer lifetime.
Yeah, and the time they had, they saved a lot of time in reviewing coordination between the disciplines with that.
Yeah, this is a topic we will touch in the third session, I think, more in depth. But nevertheless, it's worth to mention here.
Yeah, so before we move on, I would just like to, highlight few capabilities on this. So there could be different scenarios. One could be saving the heritage value of a building, where you're trying to utilize as much existing elements. Or there could be another reasons of this, because it could be a high traffic area. They don't want the project to go on stretch for very long time and divert the traffic. So the designers always prefer to use the existing elements. For example, in this case, if the bridge structure rigidity was strong enough, they didn't have to redesign the whole element, go again to the pile foundation, because that will unnecessarily stretch the budget of the project and also the time frame. So for a designer who is sitting inside an office, he needs to understand the exact on-ground condition. So incorporating and working with the existing reality really helps them, because they could see what could hinder in terms of the expansion of the road, as Maria said. So MicroStation in this case really helps, because any surveyor who can give them the exact condition using the LiDAR data or the previous drawing that could be there, they could just pull in the model in, use the MicroStation to design over it, check the feasibility analysis of it, and then propose the what are the structural support is needed. So MicroStation in this way is really helpful, because you can just bring in any model of your existing reality, work on it, easily see the flexibility and analysis and everything, because the model could be imported into STAD or Open Building Designer or Open Road for the further road design. So a lot of users actually use this, especially in this case, MicroStation is really a helpful tool, which a lot of users can actually explore the aspect of it. We have many more case studies on this part, which the users can actually explore on it.
Thanks, Cesar. Great.
Yeah.
Maria, anything to add from your side before we move to Bartek?
I think Bartek.
Great. Thanks, Maria. Very great,
Welcome.
great example. And now let's go to the next topic that we decided to highlight, because it shows the model anything anywhere topic very, very good and very easily. So giving the speaker's role to Bartlomiej Zimmerman.
Zimmerman. Thank you, Nanette.
Zimmerman.
Okay, so as we are discussing the topic of designing everything everywhere, let me share with you an experience I had recently. In cooperation with our customers and channel partners and application engineers, of course, I had the pleasure of organizing a series of webinars dedicated to design studios and contractors in maritime industry. The series consisted of 4 events. We can move to another slide, please. The last of these events took place quite recently on November 28th during the Cyber Week. And you can imagine that with the involvement of clients such as Verme Project, PAT Project, as well as channel partners, our Italian channel partners Plan Studio and Cat Connect, we are able to put together an amazing content covering almost the entire design process. I personally learned a lot in the preparation and execution of these webinars, but also many industry professionals were able to see the power of MicroStation in their field, which fits perfectly to the statement model everything everywhere. For today, I have prepared a summary, a kind of digest of the topics and issues that we have been covering during the series. The next slide, please. Okay, so the first event took place 19th September. My guest was Massimo Verme, the CEO and founder of Verme Projects and Jerry's Boats. Massimo has been awarded many times for his projects at industry events such as Yachting Festival in Cannes for innovation, Ford Lauderdale Boat Show in the Best Power 24-40 meters category, and many other events. As a visionary and entrepreneur, Massimo shared with us his knowledge and experience in the creation of design process, project and project team management. The work of Massimo's teams is based on the integrated design process. The organization and split of the project is circular and places a priority on dialogue and knowledge exchange between team members. Each team member has knowledge and experience in his or her field. So in this context, we discussed the advantages of MicroStation, which is a key application at many stages of this integrated approach, thanks to its already mentioned interoperability capabilities. That is the ability to import and export multiple file formats, referencing capabilities, and the ability to work on large data sets. But the interoperability was the key feature here. Let's move to the next slide, please. Yeah, the next stop on our journey was a webinar with Cristina Bertozzi Bonetti. She's a general director at PAT Project. And PAT Project is a studio specializing in interior design and execution. PAT Project is a company with more than 10 years of experience. They have completed many projects for various clients. But in this webinar, we focus on this specific project, which was the interior design of the yacht MY Aurelia 29. This was a challenging task. The whole project consisted of about 46,000 elements and covered more than 300 square meters of floor space. But yeah, the result was amazing.
That was really nice. I had the pleasure to meet Christina there at the webinar, and it was really,
yeah,
it is
Yeah,
worth to see it, to look into that.
yeah, you
yeah.
hosted
So
this session.
Mm.
just a quick one, Bartek. I mean, first of all, it was really interesting to see MicroStation application in different industry. We knew automobile was there, manufacturing, buildings, and everywhere. But yacht was something that was completely new for, or majority of us, I would say. But looking at this slide specifically, Bartek, I can see that they have used different data types on it. Like, did they discuss something on it, or how did it go?
Okay. The industry and the projects are challenging. I mean, in this, all projects are challenging, of course. But this industry has some specific, let's say, traps. Imagine you design furniture, the interior project for the yacht. There is not much space, and you want to take advantage of every available centimeter. And PAT project received this task during the construction of the actual yacht. So there are always some differences between the project and the physical object. So to ensure that they utilize every possible space in the yacht, they took a 3D scan of the yacht during the construction, and they continued working on based on this scan. So they took the real dimensions and they continued working and delivered the project based on the the actual
Not,
situation. So
it's not like a
yeah,
house. The house has all the walls are normally straight, and
Yeah.
Yacht is round, and there was really
Yeah, it has its
lot
shape.
of yeah
Mm,
Yeah, because it's surprising to see a point cloud data of the yacht over there. And then
mm,
I can see that they're just using those spaces to fill in. So
yeah
that was something new
Mhm.
for me.
mm, mhm. And
Yeah,
MicroStation has the capability of integrating also the point clouds and 3D meshes. So this is quite a good advantage.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So here in this case, the key features was to work on the huge data sets, because indeed it was a huge data set, to work on to like import the point cloud into the project, um, referencing capabilities and many other advantages of MicroStation played a key role here in successfully delivering this type of projects. Because
Mhm.
yeah, of course, that was not the only one that project has delivered. This is their daily work, and MicroStation fits perfectly here in this workflow.
So Bartek, the fact that it's such a huge data set, did it influence the workflow of the software or engineers?
Well, MicroStation, as you know, has this is one of the advantages of MicroStation, that it can you can work easily on the huge data sets. There is a technology behind this that allows that the designer or the person who is working on the project can work smoothly on data sets of almost, you know, size whatever they want. We had examples on this in our previous sessions, where we showed how to import I don't remember exactly, but about 6 or 7 gigabytes of data into a single project and continue working on this. So MicroStation can manage this easily.
And I think also the example that Nanette showed us about Helsinki city. So this 3D mesh is quite heavy
Yeah,
and it works smoothly with MicroStation. Yes. So.
yeah, perfect example. Perfect example. Exactly. Um, yeah, we can move forward if there's no more questions. Thank you. Our next guest was Massimo Franceschetti from Plan Studio. Massimo is the founder and CEO of Plan Studio, the official channel partner of Bentley. Plan Studio specializes in the furniture industry by providing the ready-made and complete tool, Progenio, which perfectly allows users to manage the entire project, provide executive documentation, as well as data for CNC machines, and cooperate with ERP systems, which is also something unusual for MicroStation when we, most cases, put MicroStation in the context of infrastructure or building design. And capabilities mentioned here allows, for example, the smooth communication between the systems inside the companies and avoid the losing time and resources on rewriting data from one system to another. And Plan Studio cooperates closely with Pad Project. So yeah, these tools, this add-on built on top of MicroStation, also like found a place in Pad Project's workflow. And also I have put this graphic here in this presentation that puts MicroStation in the center of the design environment, the center of the workflow. So it also shows its strong position thanks to its all of the capabilities, like managing the large data set, the huge data sets, interoperability, etc. We can move forward to another slide, please. So finally, we have reached the point where we are talking about the structural project, which was the last webinar in this series. This time, the guests were Daniele Poda, Bentley qualified trainer, modeling expert, working closely with Cat Connect, and Patrizio Bonifacio, co-founder of TechNav SRL. In this session, Daniele was interviewing Patrizio Bonifacio about their workflow and the role MicroStation plays in it. TechNav specializes in the design of steel and aluminum structures. The company has developed its own workflow based on, among other things, of course, on macros and on macros that automate repetitive activities and the automatic generation of documentation. The work is, of course, collaborative, and the referencing capabilities offered by MicroStation played an important role here. The capabilities of MicroStation for designing the hue and other components with advanced surfaces were also demonstrated by Daniela in this session. We can move to next slide. And the most important information for those who are still interested in this topic, because yeah, the last session took place during the Cyber Week, but all the sessions were recorded and they are available on demand. So if you are interested in this topic, feel free to scan the QR code, register, and get access to these sessions.
Let me say also that related to the bridge over the Llobregat River, there is a webinar in Spanish. So if you are interested, we can send you the link so you can watch it also.
Great. Thanks, Bartek. Maybe one thing to add from my side, we are already in discussion about continuing with the marine industry topic next year to deepen the knowledge, because we have some, or Bartek has some plans to combine that maybe with MaxSurf and other software. And I think next year we will have also interesting topics to cover for marine industry, especially. So stay tuned and reach out if you're interested in that.
Definitely. Thank you for mentioning that, Nanette. We are working on this. Details will be released soon, I think. So
yeah,
stay tuned.
Great. So we come to closer to the end. Let me quickly change the slide once more. This is, you have seen already this graph in Bartek's part of the presentation. This shows a small excerpt of all the engineering fields that MicroStation can be beneficial for, but we will not yet go in detail because this will be covered in Advent Session 3 in 2 weeks.
Yes.
So we have some, and this will be the Advent. Yeah, you will see that in the upcoming slides, and you will all get invites. Promise. Some info about MicroStation. If you're not yet fed up with that, we have a demo. We have the Bentley website. We have a Twitter link. We have LinkedIn profiles. We all have our own LinkedIn profile. So if you want to dive deeper, get in touch. At the end of this session, we will show you the QR code so you can personally get in touch with us. Then there's maybe also to mention we have a huge community about MicroStation with useful tips and tricks and explanations and whatever you can think of. We have a YouTube channel where MicroStation is a huge topic, and also these fireside chats are being uploaded in the live section of the Bentley MicroStation channel. Again, here is the QR code for the free trial, for the 14 days free trial. But in case you already are a Bentley customer, you must reach out to us because this is not the way for you to obtain a free trial.
And
Then,
just one more thing, Nanette, on the trial
yes.
part.
Yeah.
Trial is issued on the latest available version of MicroStation. So, I mean, we get
Thanks.
requests where people would like to try the older version. I mean, it doesn't make sense to try out older version. When you go to a car showroom, you don't request for them to try out an old car. You'll obviously would like to try out a new car, right? So you get MicroStation latest version, try it out, see it, because we are developing it for you every year. We are coming up with new updates. So it's always good to try out the latest version. We'll not be able to help you with older version trial license because it's not practically right to try out something old.
Not necessarily. Yep.
Yeah,
there might be exceptions, but this has to be discussed with us on a personal level then.
Exactly.
So the next two sessions, December 13th and December 20th, with those topics that we already spoke about in very short words. Then for all that are interested in coming to the point that they need software, Bentley software, we have a special offer until the 22nd of December for MicroStation and Open Buildings Designer. You can choose to buy as annual subscription, which has the name Virtuoso subscription. There's a 20% off offer for you, or if you need to have a perpetual license, we offer 30%, but there are conditions that need to be obtained. Contact us via email or the LinkedIn code that we will show you in a second. And here we go. This is our LinkedIn profiles. If you're interested in whatsoever, want to talk about, want to discuss, have questions, need an offer, whatever, here are the profiles. Scan it and get in touch. We're happy to answer all your questions. That's it from my side. Anything to add from my team?
No.
Register for the next event,
Yeah.
and we'll come up with some more information. So make
More
sure
information, other projects. So it will not be boring, I hope. Yep.
No.
Well said, Azar. Thank you very much. That's it. Then I will end the stream. And for all that managed to watch us, obviously there is a problem with Facebook at the moment with stream via Facebook, but I promise to share the YouTube link in Facebook so everybody has the chance to watch us. Thank you very much.
Thank
you.
you.
Happy Center Day.
Bye-bye.
Nice.
Thank you.
And
Thank
see
you.
you next week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.